بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
This is a society that no one lied. Already it's a society, the Arabs never lied. There's the one thing they wouldn't do is treachery. The Arabs, even in their Jahiliyyah, they took their word very seriously. So in a milieu of people that never lie, for one person to emerge as as-sadiq, the man that will certainly never lie. Ajib. Yani it's very, so he's called Sadiq. Even after the hijrah, Sayyidina Ali stays back to do what? 3 days extra to do what? Return all the wada'it, to return the trusts of the people that just drove him out and tried to murder him. His enemies who tried to murder him, where was their bank account? Yani, where were they keeping their things to make sure no one touches their property? There's one thing, money is the most, for people of Jahiliyyah, is one thing you don't take chances with is money, property. And so the property is with whom? The Prophet ﷺ, because he's still Sadiq Amin. So these mahasin, تَظْهَرُ النَّاسِ قَبْلَ أَنْ يُحَى. So before Quran comes, he's already Muhammad, the man of mahasin, the man of beautiful. So then what happens when Iqra, what happens when this starts, when the bi'tha happens, when Quran comes, what's the next statement? Nurun ala nur. It's light upon light.
People get into a debate, and one person feels it's fine to rely upon what they find on the internet about Islam, about the issue, from Google or from Wikipedia. Another person said, well, no, I don't feel that I can trust that particular source. I want to trust in a living person, a scholar. Or it may be that a story originates from the Quran, or and there's one version, and another version isn't the Bible. And so, although I may have certainty myself, the source of my certainty may not be very reliable, you see, or the other person may just not acknowledge the reliability of the other, because of many different reasons, you see, so that gets in a little bit more of a more psychological, psycho-emotional type of source of disagreement as well.
The Prophet ﷺ said, سَتَكُونُ فِتْنَةٌ فِي الشَّامِ أَوَّلُهَا لَعِبُ الصُّبْيَانِ. It begins with children playing in Dar'a. And then he said that it'll just be after that one fitna after another. كُلُّ مَا سَكَنَ فِتْنَةٌ هَاجَتْ فِتْنَةٌ أُخْرَى. Every time it calms down in one place, it starts up somewhere else. In this, إِذَا خَرَجَتْ الرَّايَةَ السُّودِ, if you see the black flags, فَإِنَّ أَوَّلَهَا فِتْنَةٌ. It begins with a fitna. وَوَسَطَهَا ضَلَالَةٌ. And the midst of it is delusion, misguidance, error. وَآخِرَهَا كُفْرٌ. And it ends with atheism. Because that's what's going to happen. People start losing their faith. This is what happened to the Europeans. They had World War I and II. It was enough for them. They don't believe in God anymore. They were a profoundly religious civilization. Look at all the churches they built. People can't take it. There's so much. Where's God? The question is not where is God, it's where are we?
How will you deal with a person whose skin color is different than yours? How will you deal with a person who comes from a different social class than you? How will you deal with a person whose father would hit them? How will you deal with a person who a religious authoritative figure sexually abused them? How will you deal with a person who lives and sleeps in their car? How will you deal with a person who frequents churches because that's the only place that gives away free food? How will you deal with a person who's trying to rejoin society after having been in a prison and finds no Muslim that will really give them a chance? Those aren't answers you're going to necessarily find in books, because it will necessitate a certain interaction that is experiential. It will necessitate breaking out of a comfort zone and putting yourself in spaces that we need you all to be in.
To me, the ultimate benefit of Zaytuna is that it is a vehicle for sustaining the life of the human spirit. Is without belief in Allah, without sound belief in Allah, without knowing who Allah is and what Allah wants from us and how to implement Allah's directives, we're just the walking dead. We truly are the zombies. So we don't want that. And we may be the last hope for America. One of my sons said to me that the atheists say there were 299,000 gods and we destroyed all of them except for one, Allah. We cannot let that happen.